Why do we compare ourselves so much? We scroll, we watch, we measure ourselves against other people's highlighted reels, and then suddenly our life feels smaller, less exciting, less enough. But here is the truth. Comparison is the thief of joy. It takes us out of our own journey and makes us believe that our worth is tied to how we measure up against other people. Insanity. Today, we are breaking free because the moment you stop comparing is the moment you reclaim your power. Let's talk about how. Now, recognizing the ego's game is probably one of the first things to really get our head around, because comparison is not just a bad habit, it's the ego's survival mechanism. Your brain is kind of meant to do it. Comparison stems from our survival instinct. Our brain is wired to assess where we stand in the tribe. But in today's world, that comparison often leads to self-doubt instead of growth. And that's because the ego thrives on separation, on measuring worth through external validation. It will tell you you are only valuable if you are better than others. But the truth is, your worth has nothing to do with anyone else. And there's more to you than this egoic mind. The moment you recognize that comparison is just a trick of the ego, you can start to detach from it. You can see it, acknowledge it, and choose not to play the game, not to get caught up in the ego's mind. What if, instead of comparison making you feel less than, it actually became a tool for expansion? Bear with me. Think about it. The people that you admire, the ones who have what you want, they're not proof of your inadequacy. They are actually proof of what's possible for you. Instead of comparing with envy, we could start to compare with curiosity. We could ask ourselves, what does this trigger in me? Is it showing me something that I desire? Then, instead of feeling unworthy, we can use that energy to take action towards our own dreams. We can start using comparison to motivate and inspire us. I mean, let's be honest, social media, well, it's a breeding ground for comparison. And while we can't escape it completely, maybe, we can control how we engage with it. We can curate our space. So if someone's content makes you feel small, then mute them. If your feed is full of things that trigger you, then change it. We have control and we can start to choose how we compare so that we protect our peace. We don't owe our attention to anything, especially anything that diminishes our self-worth. And that goes for people too. We need to start to celebrate our own journey. We need to really honor how far we've come and who we are. The only person that we should be comparing ourselves to is the version of ourselves from yesterday. Your journey is yours alone. No one else has your story, your experience, your unique path. So how could anybody else compare to you? So today, instead of looking at where you should be, take a moment to celebrate how far you've come. Every step forward is proof of your growth. And that's pretty magical. Thank you for joining me today. I hope I've inspired you to start using comparison in a positive way, curiously, to start to really step into your fullest potential, what you dream and desire, and live in that truth. And of course, if you liked this content, please like, share, and subscribe. Drop a comment. It really helps our page reach more people. Thanks again for joining me.